Hello and welcome to week 3 of my yoga series for athletes' mental and physical recovery. Today our theme is on reigniting our passion for our sport. So let's begin today in a gentle child's pose at the back of the mat. Just allowing the glutes to settle against the heels as the chest and forehead begin to melt to the mat, arms reaching forward. Begin taking a few deep and slow breaths here. Inhaling through the nose into the low belly. And exhaling fully and slowly, maybe reaching the fingertips a little bit further toward the edge of the mat. Begin to settle in here, allowing thoughts, to-dos, worries to fade away as you bring your attention and focus to the breath. Scanning through the body, taking complete inventory of the state of your mind, emotions, and physical being. With our last few moments here, I would encourage you to set an intention for your practice today. With your next exhale, begin to slowly round through the spine, coming up into tabletop, maybe dropping the hips a bit further forward. As you exhale, lead with the hips as you begin to round back, sitting back into child's pose once more. Again, inhale as you round forward, making a nice wave-like motion with the body, maybe dropping the hips a little lower. And exhale, leading with the hips as you roll back, head following last. One more time, inhale as you begin to round forward, allowing the hips to drop all the way down this time to our upward facing dog, knees lifted off the mat. Go ahead and drop the hips to the right as you look over the left shoulder. Returning to neutral and dropping the hips to the left now, looking over that right shoulder. Good, let's lower the legs to the mat now. Plant the fingertips at the outer edge of the mat, and let's begin taking a few waves of the chest here, flowing with the breath once more, moving at your own speed. Just making this feel good for the chest, for the shoulders, the upper back. And then let's go ahead and thread the right arm under our chest as we extend the left arm overhead, beginning to settle onto that bottom arm now. Maybe moving it up or down slightly, turning the palm one way or the other, just noticing how this affects the sensation happening in that right shoulder. Once you have found that positioning where you feel an effective stretch happening, but no pain, then settle into the stillness there, scanning through the body, releasing any tension you find yourself holding, and surrendering fully to the earth beneath you. Inhale deeply and exhale fully and slowly, releasing the mind as you begin to enter deeper into awareness of the body, awareness in this present moment. We have less than 1 minute left on this side, so I will leave you here to enjoy this stillness. Great job. With your next exhale, gently begin to lift the chest, removing that bottom arm. And then whenever you're ready, simply switch sides, now threading the left arm under the chest, right arm reaching ahead. And once again, feel free to play around with this pose here, taking those micro adjustments. Move that bottom arm up or down slightly, turning the palm, figuring out how you can make this practice and this pose your own. Wherever you are at is exactly where you need to be today. So just meet yourself with compassion, with honesty of where you're at, and breathe gently through these poses, anchoring back to that awareness of the breath. Your body does so much for you every single day. Do it the honor of being still for just these few moments today in order to invite some balance back into the mind and the body. Inhale into the low belly and exhale fully, letting go of anything you don't need right now. Inhale, imagine drawing that breath into those areas of stiffness or tension, any resistance. As you exhale, imagine that melting out of the body as you become heavier in the pose. Just a few moments longer here. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, once again lift the chest, removing that bottom arm. In your own time, meet me in tabletop. Then lift the knees, lead with the hips as you begin to press your way back into down dog, keeping a soft bend in the knees if necessary. Enjoy this pose for a few moments, just doing whatever feels good for your body right now. Maybe walking out your dog, rocking the hips side to side, or maybe settling into stillness. With your next exhale, begin to reach the right hand to the left leg, maybe reaching for the ankle or the calf, depending on your ability today. And begin to twist in your downward dog, feeling this nice stretch through the spine, through the side bodies. Being sure to keep a bend in the knees still if necessary, making sure we have a flat back here. Go ahead and release, taking it to the other side now, left hand reaching for the right leg, wherever is accessible for you today. And take a few deep breaths here, exhaling fully and slowly to release that tension, to twist a little deeper. Good, release back to your regular down dog. Then as you inhale, begin to round through the spine, finding your way into plank. Exhale, lowering into chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing dog. And exhale, leading with the hips, pressing it back to down dog. Now from our down dog, we're simply going to lower to the elbows, being sure that they're about shoulder width apart. The palms are flat against the mat, fingertips pressing into the mat, maybe tips turning white if your hands are sliding. We want the hands to be the stability here, everything else relaxing into this pose. Sternum and chest falling toward the mat, keeping a slight bend in the knees if you need to in order to keep your back flat here. The priority is a flat spine over a rounded spine with straight legs. Inhale deeply and exhale fully, surrendering to this pose, finding stillness here for a couple more minutes. As we're here, maybe taking this opportunity in stillness to begin to recall your why. What brought you to your sport? What made you fall in love with it? What first sparks that joy? Then maybe consider what has changed about that from the time you began the sport to now. Less than a minute left here. All right, my friends, when you're ready, go ahead and extend through the arms again, back into down dog. Look forward as you bend the knees and hop or simply meet me seated at the center of the mat for our next pose. We're now going to take our fire log with cow face arms. So we're going to begin by bringing the right ankle on top of the left knee. And first begin thinking about pressing that knee down towards the left foot. So here both shins are parallel towards the front of the mat, thinking of aligning them. Then let's extend our right hand up overhead, reaching it backwards to meet the left hand behind our backs. If you can't reach the hands together today, then you can use something like a strap, a rope, or a towel, anything of the sort will do, to grab each end of and begin slowly working the hands closer toward each other on whatever prop you have. So let's take an inhale as we lengthen through the spine, growing tall. And exhale, allow the shoulder blades to fall down and back, away from the ears. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, slowly begin to drop the left ear toward the left shoulder. Then inhale, lifting the head back to neutral. And exhale, dropping the ear to the shoulder. Continuing a few times like this at your own speed, moving with the breath as we gently floss the nerves back and forth, releasing adhesions and improving some mobility through the neck and shoulders. And when you're ready, with your next exhale, allow that ear to drop to the shoulder, holding it here now, finding our stillness, coming back to that anchor of the breath. Inhale, inviting relaxation into the mind and into the body. And exhale, letting everything go, melting deeper here. With your next inhale, lift the head once more, releasing the hands and the legs, and in your own time, find your way to the other side now. This time bringing the left ankle over the right knee, first thinking about getting that knee toward the foot. Inhaling to find a tall spine, reaching the left arm overhead, and meeting the hands behind the back, or again using your prop. Inhale, lengthening the spine once more. Exhale, allow the shoulder blades to fall down and back. And then whenever you're ready, begin taking some tilts of the head again. This time with each exhale, dropping the right ear to the right shoulder. Continuing to move with the breath here, using that exhale to help deepen the release. Be sure to make this movement slow, gentle, and mindful. This is some gentle nerve flossing. And so, since we are working on breaking free adhesions, we don't want to overdo it. It is about just these tiny movements back and forth to allow those nerves to glide freely. Inhale, coming back to the breath, back into the body. And exhale fully and slowly. Inhale, inviting peace, joy, and gratitude into this moment. Exhale, letting go of fear, regret, or shame. Once again, recalling that joy, that gratitude for all that your body does for you, for the immense number of challenges and experiences that it has carried you through. Recognize the gift that you have. Give thanks for it. Less than a minute left here. Great job. Go ahead and release the hands now. Lifting the head again. Releasing the legs. And then go ahead and simply meet me however is easiest for you on your knees. The next pose we're going to take is called our eagle pose. I'm going to show you a few different variations so you can adjust this to whatever level you're at today. So the first variation is our easy camel. We do this by simply extending the arms out to the sides, palms facing forward, rolling the shoulder blades down and back, and opening the chest as we begin to slightly arch the back, looking up toward the sky. Now to go deeper, you can place your palms on the sacrum or low back and begin to press the hips forward as you look further back, being sure the hips stay aligned above the knees here. Now the third level we have to go even deeper is to reach the hands all the way down to the ankles or the calves. Now be sure to move really slowly and mindfully here. This is easy to hurt your back in this pose, so be sure to listen to your body, letting the ego fade away. This is not a practice to push yourself, but to simply meet yourself wherever you're at today. So find your variation, find your pose, and then settle into the stillness here. Once again, returning to that breath, letting your thoughts fade away, Simply noticing whatever is coming up for you. With another deep, heart-opening asana, this is a great opportunity to once again reflect on joy and gratitude. I'd encourage you to recall your why again. That joy you felt when you first began your sport or your hobby. Recalling the lightness of that feeling within yourself. Recalling how that feeling caused you to speak to yourself, to feel about yourself. And again, give thanks for the great abilities that our bodies have, for the fact that we are alive, human, and capable of so many things. At the end of the day, we remember that our sport was something for entertainment, something for joy, but over time we can lose sight of that, get wrapped up in performance and trying to earn our worth or approval. So this is your chance to come back to that joy that brought you to this place in the first place. All right, now if you are in your full camel, then begin coming out of this by first bringing the hands to the sacrum and then gently lifting the chest as you begin to sink the hips back. Now, in whatever way feels best to you, find your way onto your back for our final Shavasana together. Allowing your body just a few more moments of thanks for all it does by offering it this time of stillness, this time of surrender. Gently tuck the shoulder blades down and back. Palms are up facing the sky. And begin to scan the body once more, releasing any remaining tension you find yourself holding. To surrender a little deeper into this mat. Giving your body, your mind, your spirit just a few more minutes of well-deserved rest. Gently begin bringing your awareness back to the body, wiggling the fingers and toes, And when you're ready, turn onto your right side. Then meet me seated at the center of the mat for a final closing breath together. Inhaling as you reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. As you bow down, thanking yourself one more time for taking the time to honor your mind and body in this way today. Thank you so much for choosing to join me for today's practice. This was class 3 of our 4-part Athletes series for mental and physical recovery. If you'd like to follow along with this series, be sure to subscribe on YouTube, and you can find the playlist for this series under the playlist section. And as always, if you enjoyed today's class, would you please do me a huge favor and be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Liking and subscribing are really important ways to help me expand my reach and continue growing this channel. If you do wish to have access to some more exclusive perks or occasional longer classes, then be sure to check out my membership options that I now have available on my channel page as well. You can find these by hitting that join button or looking at the membership tab on my channel page. Thank you again for whatever ways you choose to support me and for joining me for today's practice. I hope you have a wonderful day, my friends, and I will see you soon. Namaste.